Hello children, good morning everybody. Today we are going to start the explanation. Yesterday just I gave you the idea of the lesson. What is the main theme of the lesson? How we cannot make friendship only with the human beings. Even the animals are also very loyal, faithful friends to us. Understand? That's what we are going to study in this lesson. They love us very much. If once we are close to them, they are very, very faithful with us. That's what we learn in this lesson. A strange visitor. I told everything and we read the difficult words of this lesson. Okay. And today we are going to learn about the lesson. Due to ill health, I could not give you the explanation part. We had notes part of this lesson. We had notes part of this lesson. And now we are going to have a lesson explanation. Reading plus lesson explanation we are going to do together. We have many stories in Panchatantra and all about the animals being the friends and all. Understand? But here it is a strange thing. A person is very much attached with his elephant, a Mahot. Mahot means elephant rider, I can say. And one who looks after the elephant and he rides the elephant near the temples. In Kerala, Tamil Nadu, and some parts of Vijayawada, Visakhapatnam, south side of our country, near temples you find the elephants. They are trained with the tricks. Understand? So, such a temple elephant is very, very loyal to his master. Oh, he was Nandan. We are going to learn about there such a bonding between them, how the people came to know about it and all these things. Okay, so let us start our lesson. A few days ago, I had gone to the hospital to see a friend who was ill. I means who speaker, one who is talking, telling us about this lesson. He went to the who it is the writer of this story, Ruskin Bond, I think. He went to the hospital to see his friend who was sick, admitted in the hospital. That time, what he saw, as soon as I went in through the gates, I saw an elephant standing guard outside the emergency ward. As soon as I went in through the gates, as soon as, a phrase here we are using. As soon as, you can learn to use it in sentence also. As soon as I entered the school bell rang. As soon as I entered the school, prayer began. As soon as I showed my book to the teacher, she said, very good. As soon as Ravi came to the class, teacher punished him because he was late. In this way, we can use as soon as a phrase. Means soon after we entered, just when we came into అని అర్థమవుతుంది. వచ్చిన వెంటనే అనడం అర్థమవుతుందా మీ తెలుగులో? వచ్చిన వెంటనే ప్రేయర్ స్టార్ట్ అయింది. నేను టీచర్కి నా బుక్ చూపెట్టిన వెంటనే వెరీ గుడ్ అన్నారు. అండర్స్టాండ్? Allah, as soon as you should learn to use it in your sentence also. So, as soon as the speaker entered the hospital, he could see an elephant standing guard outside the emergency ward. He is standing like a guard, understand, in front of the emergency ward. Number of people had crowded around him. It was a fun, strange thing to watch. In human beings hospital, any animal comes and standing in the emergency ward, it is not at all going out, even after driving away also. బయట పంపించినా వెళ్ళట్లేదు. అది చూసి అందరికీ సర్ప్రైజ్ అవుతుంది, ఆశ్చర్యం అవుతుంది. అందుకు అందరూ అక్కడే నించుంటారు. హూ సా దిస్ సీన్? ద స్పీకర్. Looking at him closely, I realized that it was Kannan, the temple elephant. But where was his Mahot Nandan? I had never seen one without the other. So, when the speaker looked at the elephant, he looked carefully, means he understood that it is a temple elephant, Kannan. Name of the elephant is Kannan. Characters of our lesson. Kannan is the elephant. Okay, Kannan is in the hospital. Then where is Nandan the Mahot? Nandan is the Mahot. Nandan is the Mahot. Where is he? Because the speaker never saw them separately. They were with each other all the time. Both Kannan and Nandan were together always. They were not seen separately any time. So the speaker also says, I had never seen one without the other. The doctor, whom I knew, told me that Nandan had been admitted to the hospital. He had had a sudden heart attack. Luckily, he is out of danger now, but he will have to stay here for at least another week, the doctor said. Then when he was thinking like this, there came the doctor whom the speaker knew. Understand? Then the doctor told the speaker that the Nandan is admitted in the hospital because he had got a sudden heart attack. He is admitted to the hospital. So till that day, Kannan was in the hospital. He was not going out at all. So, and he can't go, Nandan cannot go out till one more week because doctor advised him to stay in the hospital for one more week. Now he is out of danger. Out of danger means what? Safe. How Nandan got heart attack? Next paragraph we will know. Kannan had followed his Mahot to the hospital. He was now refusing to leave. I saw Prabhakaran, the assistant Mahot, talking to Kannan. He was trying to take him away. I went up to Prabhakaran and asked him what had happened to Nandan. Prabhakaran replied, he was giving Kannan a bath in the river when he complained a severe pain in the chest. He scrambled out of the water and fainted. I called for help and we brought him to the hospital. So, Kannan had followed Nandan to the hospital and he was now refusing to leave him in the hospital and go. How many ever times people tried, doctors tried, everybody tried to drive him away, but he did not leave the hospital. Then, in a moment, the speaker saw one more character, Prabhakaran. This Prabhakaran is who? Assistant Mahot. assistant Mahot. He helped Nandan to look after Kannan. So Prabhakaran is assistant Mahot. Understand? So Prabhakaran was seen there. He was talking to the elephant Kannan. He was trying to convince him to go out. He was trying to take him away, but he was not ready to go. I went up to Prabhakaran. I means who? The speaker here. Went up to Prabhakaran and asked what had happened to Nandan. Then Prabhakaran said that one day Nandan was giving a bath to Kannan, the elephant, in the river. Suddenly he got a severe chest pain. So somehow with great difficulty he came out of the water and fainted, became unconscious. పడిపోతాడు బయటికి వచ్చి. అండర్స్టాండ్? సో ఐ కాల్డ్ ఫర్ హెల్ప్. అక్కడ పక్కకున్న వాళ్ళందరినీ పిలిచి somehow I got him to the hospital. So who brought Nandan to the hospital? Prabhakaran brought. Who followed them? Kannan followed them. Understand? How Nandan got heart attack? One day Nandan was giving bath to the elephant. Suddenly he had got severe, very badly he got the chest pain. And he tried to come out of the water. He came out of the water himself. And as soon as he came out of the water, he fainted there. Understand? So Prabhakaran, the assistant Mahot, he took some people's help and brought him to the hospital and admitted. And what about Kannan? I asked. Prabhakaran explained, he saw us taking Nandan away in the car and followed us all the way to the hospital. He has been standing here since then. Then what about Kannan? How could Kannan come to the hospital then? Then what happened? When we were taking Nandan to the hospital in the car, Kannan saw it and he followed us and he came to the hospital and he is standing in the hospital from that day itself. Prabhakaran, okay. The doctors are not happy about that, Prabhakaran. They want the elephant taken away from the hospital compound. I told Prabhakaran. So the speaker says to Prabhakaran, but the doctors are not happy with the elephant. It is creating a lot of nuisance in the hospital. People are coming to see him instead of coming to see their relatives and who are in the hospital. So it is creating a nuisance, disturbance. They are not happy with him. Him means whom? Kannan. So you have to take away him from the hospital compound. Then what? Prabhakaran says, I know, but how can I make him understand that? Said Prabhakaran. Nandan never used a stick or steel to goad him. How can I use them now? Okay, I know it. But Nandan never used a stick or any iron rod in his hand to goad him. అంటే ఇట్లా నొక్కి బయట తరమేయడము, దానికి పనిష్మెంట్ ఇవ్వడం ఎప్పుడు చేయలేదు నందన్. ఇప్పుడు నేను ఎలా వాటిని యూజ్ చేసి వీడిని సైలెంట్ చేయగలుగుతాను? సెడ్ Prabhakaran. Take him to the shade of the trees for the time being, I said. You may be able to take him away later. So instead of making a big crowd here, you can take him to the compound. Near compound wall you take, and near one tree you make him stand in the shade of the tree. That you can do, I think, said the speaker. Kannan refused to move from where he was standing. He wanted to be as close to Nandan as possible. With great difficulty, Prabhakaran moved him to the foot of the large tree near the hospital wall. So even then also Kannan was not ready to move from there. But somehow with great difficulty, చాలా కష్టపడి, this is also one more phrase. I learned this answer with great difficulty. I won the match with great difficulty. I climbed the tree with great difficulty. Like that you can use. After struggling hard, after working hard, Prabhakaran could get him out of the hospital. Understand? He made to stand him at the foot means at the bottom of the tree in the shade. Understand? Prabhakaran moved him to the foot of the large tree near the hospital. Nandan was discharged 7 days later. All this while, Kannan waited for him under the tree. He seemed sad and worried and ate nothing. See children, Kannan, elephant, he stood there only near hospital wall for 7 days. And Nandan was discharged from the hospital. He was, no? So, getting permission to go home, patient, it is called discharging. So, after 7 days, Nandan was discharged. Till then, Kannan was waiting for Nandan near the hospital wall. He did not move at all from there. Understand? He seemed very sad and worried about his master. So, all these days, right from the day 1 of Nandan's admission in the hospital, till date he got discharged, Kannan did not eat anything. He stood there without touching to his food. When Nandan became strong enough to walk a little, he went to meet Kannan. The elephant's eyes lit up with joy. He waved his trunk, flapped his ears, and took a few dancing steps. So, when Nandan became little strong, healthy, he came out to see Kannan. Seeing Nandan, Kannan was very happy. His eyes sparkled, lit up with joy. His happiness can be seen in his eyes. Understand? And he raised his trunk and moved it happily up and down. He flapped his ears and he danced also happily to see Nandan back again, safe and healthy. I am all right, Kannan. I know you have been waiting for me for the whole week, Nandan said, patting him. Don't worry, we can go home now. Then he held out a bunch of bananas which the elephant gobbled up happily. So nothing happened to me. Now I am all right, Kannan. Don't worry about me. Itla lovingly he patted on his back and he got a bunch of bananas and gave to Kannan. And that day he ate that bunch of bananas very happily. Gobbled up fast. Mingesindanamata. The onlookers were amazed. Just look at that, they exclaimed. They two are more like brothers than elephant and a mouse. All the onlookers means people who were standing and watching there are called onlookers. People who stand somewhere and look at some sight, they are called onlookers. So the onlookers said, look at them. They were not like a mahota and elephant. They were like real brothers. They are have so much love for each other. Really, it is a strange sight. So it is very, very strange sight for the people to see. They were surprised that any animal, how can it love so much to its master? Yes, children, even the dog you take or cat you take, they love their master very much. They don't need anything from you, just a little care and little bread. I mean, food. If you give them no, they will be faithful forever with you. Understand? So, loving animals. So, we should not trouble any animals at all. Love the animals. Take care of them. Though you don't have any pets at home, while going to school and all, if you see any stray dogs and all, you don't throw a stone on them. You don't throw a stone on them. Instead, you love them. They don't do any harm to you. So, always we should be kind to animals. And in return, they love us. That's what we learn in this lesson. A strange visitor. Understand what we learned? Why the elephant is called a strange visitor? Because people's relatives, friends come to visit them to the hospital. But here the elephant stood guarding, watching, taking care of his master for more than a week. And he did not even touch the food. And he waited for 1 week and till his master got well and got discharged from the hospital. And when his master came and talked to him, then he was confirmed, bah, my master is now okay, healthy. I don't need to worry. And that day itself, he ate the food offered by Nandan, his Mahat. That's what we learn. Love, 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 and love. Always we love each other, whether we are human beings, animals, anything. You have one pen with you, you love it. Love it in the sense, every day I love you అనే అవసరం లేదు. దానికి మంచిగా కేర్ తీసుకోవాలి. అండర్స్టాండ్? ఎవరో ఇచ్చింది ఉంటుంది, దాంట్లో వాళ్ళ లవ్, వాళ్ళ అఫెక్షన్ ఫర్ యూ విల్ బి దేర్. దట్స్ వై ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఈజ్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఫర్ అస్. Everything is valuable for us. That's what we have to learn. Understand? That's what we got to know in this lesson. I hope you liked the lesson. This is what? A strange visitor. So Kannan is called the strange visitor because he is being an elephant also. He cared for his master and stayed in the hospital till he got well. Okay? This is what our story, A Strange Visitor. We got lesson done. Hard words are done. Meanings over. Some question answers are also over. Let me see next what is there for tomorrow. Okay? Thank you. Here we stop.